CertPunch practice round for CEH. 21 questions, read the prompt, choose the best answer before the reveal, then listen for the exam logic behind it. Let's begin. Question 1 of 21. A malware analyst is tasked with evaluating a suspicious PDF file suspected of launching attacks through embedded JavaScript. Initial scans using PDF ID show the presence of JavaScript and /open action keywords. What should the analyst do next to understand the potential impact? Correct answer. Option A, extract and analyze stream objects using PDF Stream Dumper. Option B, upload the file to VirusTotal and rely on engine consensus. Option C, disassemble the PDF using PE Explorer. Option D, compute file hashes using HashMyFiles for signature matching. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. Extracting stream objects with PDF Stream Dumper reveals hidden malicious code. Options B, C, and D are standard steps, but don't analyze the stream content directly. Question 2 of 21. You are a security analyst investigating a network compromise. The infected systems are receiving external instructions, masking the control traffic using widely allowed protocols like HTTP and DNS. The payloads are stealthy and modify system components without saving files to disk. What would be the most effective action to detect and disrupt this kind of malware communication? Correct answer? Option A. Use behavioral analytics to monitor for irregular outbound requests and abnormal application behavior. Option B. Implement port blocking for common malware-associated ports like 6667 and 12345. Option C. Focus on updating antivirus signatures regularly to catch known malware variants. Option D. Configure proxy servers to allow only encrypted traffic and block all plain HTTP requests. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. Behavioral analytics detects this malware by spotting abnormal outbound activity and unusual app behavior, bypassing protocol disguise. It's superior to port blocking since attackers use common ports and signatures can't catch fileless malware. Question 3 of 21. While performing a vulnerability assessment for XYZ Corporation, you discovered that several key systems are regularly interacting with unidentified external entities. These interactions often involve data transfers, both incoming and outgoing. While some of these might be legitimate, the nature and volume of this unmonitored traffic raise concerns about potential data exfiltration or malware introduction. Given the ambiguous nature of these interactions and the high stakes involved, which strategy would most directly identify and mitigate the vulnerabilities associated with these unsanctioned exchanges? Correct answer. Option A. Prioritize a behavioral analytics solution that profiles normal system behaviors and alerts on deviations, focusing on the interaction patterns of the identified systems. Option B. Implement an aggressive zero-trust model across the board, cutting off all external interactions until each can be individually vetted and validated. Option C. Institute a company-wide training session on the dangers of unsolicited communications, hoping to curtail inadvertent employee engagements with external entities. Option D. Initiate a deep dive forensic analysis on the systems involved, looking for signs of past breaches, malware, or unauthorized data manipulations. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. Behavioral analytics directly flags deviations from normal interactions, targeting unsanctioned traffic. Zero trust is overkill. Training is indirect, and forensics are retrospective, making behavioral analysis the most direct approach. Question 4 of 21. Your role as a network administrator in a mid-sized company involves protecting the company's web servers from potential security threats. Recently, your company's web server experienced a distributed denial of service, DDoS attack. In explaining the situation to your team, you mentioned the attack specifically targeted the web server's application layer. Which type of DDoS attack was most likely used against your company's web server? Correct answer. Option A, HTTP flood attack. Option B, ICMP flood attack. Option C, UDP flood attack. Option D, SYN flood attack. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. An HTTP flood attack directly targets the application layer by overwhelming web requests. Other options are network layer attacks, not application layer. Question 5 of 21. A city's power management utilizes SCADA systems to oversee operations. Recently, the infrastructure has shown unexplained anomalies, such as inconsistent sensor values and intermittent outages. Security experts suspect a side-channel attack aiming to discreetly extract sensitive information from SCADA devices. Which investigative technique would best confirm if attackers employed this specific side-channel method? Correct answer. Option A. Measure unusual fluctuations during device operations at the hardware level. Option B. Review SCADA user interfaces for signs of unauthorized user actions. Option C. Assess network latency between SCADA devices for irregular delays. Option D. Identify weak cryptographic settings in device communications. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. Measuring hardware-level fluctuations detects side-channel attacks, which exploit physical traits like power consumption. Other methods focus on software or network issues, not hardware-based extraction. Question 6 of 21. A globally operating bank recently encountered a severe security breach within its Android OS-based mobile banking application. Cybercriminals managed to exploit the bank's mobile device management (MDM) system and successfully carried out a series of remote commands, creating significant havoc. Upon thorough investigation of this incident, it emerged that the attackers might have leveraged the Android Debug Bridge (ADB) as a conduit for unauthorized access. As a certified ethical hacker tasked with developing countermeasures to this issue, which action would you consider the most potent response in this situation? Correct answer. Option A. Establishing and enforcing a rigorous policy that unequivocally mandates the disabling of ADB, except when absolutely necessary and only within strictly regulated environments. Option B. Promoting the adoption of more robust personal identification methodologies, including but not limited to biometric systems. Option C. Recommending frequent and consistent updates to the MDM system to stay abreast of the most recent security patches and improvements. Option D. Instigating the configuration of a virtual private network, VPN, to secure all transactions and activities conducted via the mobile banking platform. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. Disabling ADB is the most direct mitigation for the specific exploit. While other options are good security practices, they don't directly address the ADB vulnerability. Question 7 of 21. Which tool is used to capture and analyze network traffic in real time? Option A, Burp Suite. Option B, Metasploit. Option C, Wireshark. Option D, Nmap. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option C. Exam logic. Wireshark is the industry standard tool for real-time network traffic capture and analysis, a fundamental skill required for the CEH exam. Question 8 of 21. As a cybersecurity analyst for a leading multinational company, you have unearthed evidence suggesting a breach. Analysis indicates that sophisticated steganography techniques are in play, allowing the hacker to exfiltrate data by cleverly embedding it within image files. Confronted with the deceptive nature of steganography and its potential implications, which course of action offers the best chance to detect and counteract this clandestine threat? Option A. Leverage a network traffic analyzer, keenly observing the nuances of outbound traffic for any irregularities suggestive of data exfiltration. Option B. Roll out an intrusion prevention system, IPS, geared towards identifying and neutralizing further unauthorized server activities. Option C. Implement a robust firewall to intercept all outgoing network traffic from your servers, aiming to disrupt any data exfiltration attempts. Option D. Engage a specialized steg analysis tool to scrutinize questionable files, decode the obscure data, and reveal the hacker's exfiltration methodology. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The correct answer is option D. Leverage a network traffic analyzer, keenly observing the nuances of outbound traffic for any irregularities suggestive of data exfiltration. Option B. Roll out an intrusion prevention system, IPS, geared towards identifying and neutralizing further unauthorized server activities. Option C. Implement a robust firewall to intercept all outgoing network traffic from your servers, aiming to disrupt any data exfiltration attempts. Option D. Engage a specialized steg analysis tool to scrutinize questionable files, decode the obscure data, and reveal the hacker's exfiltration methodology. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Exam logic. Steg analysis tools are specifically designed to detect hidden data within files, directly countering the steganography attack described in the scenario. Question 9 of 21. You've recently been hired as a cybersecurity intern for a growing tech startup. During your onboarding, the company's Chief Information Security Officer, CISO, explains the various types of hackers you need to be aware of as part of your role. The term script kiddie comes up during this discussion. Based on your CEH V12 study material, which of the following descriptions best defines a script kiddie? Option A, a hacker who only targets systems that use JavaScript and similar scripting languages. Option B, a young hacker who is still learning the basics of ethical hacking and cybersecurity. Option C, a hacker who writes their own complex scripts and exploits them to carry out attacks. Option D, a hacker who uses pre-existing scripts and tools to carry out attacks without fully understanding how they work. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is D, a hacker who uses pre-existing scripts and tools to carry out attacks without fully understanding how they work. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Exam logic. Script kiddies rely on pre-made tools without understanding their mechanics. This contrasts with skilled hackers who write custom exploits, making option D the clear definition. Question 10 of 21. As a newly appointed cybersecurity analyst in a financial firm, you are tasked with performing network scanning to maintain the organization's network security posture. You decide to conduct a SYN scan, sometimes referred to as half-open scanning, using a popular tool like Nmap. If you initiate a SYN scan against a target IP address and receive a SYN ACK packet in response, how would you interpret this result? Correct answer, option A. The scanned port on the target IP address is open, as the receipt of a SYN ACK packet indicates that the port is prepared to establish a connection. Option B. The target IP address is not reachable, as the receipt of a SYN ACK packet is a common response to an unsuccessful attempt to connect. Option C. The scanned port on the target IP address is filtered, as the receipt of a SYN ACK packet indicates that a firewall or filtering device is intercepting and responding to the scan. Option D. The scanned port on the target IP address is closed, as the receipt of a SYN ACK packet indicates that the port has acknowledged but not accepted the connection. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. A SYN ACK response confirms an open port, as the server accepts the connection attempt. This is a fundamental Nmap scanning concept, where a closed port would respond with RST. Question 11 of 21. At DEF Corporation, as you dive deeper into the vulnerability analysis of their multi-tiered web applications, you observe an anomaly. Some encrypted user session tokens appear to be much longer than others, hinting at possible variable encryption strength based on user roles. This inconsistency could expose certain user sessions, especially those with elevated privileges, to cryptographic attacks. Given the intricate nature of the system and the potential implications of a breach, what would be the most appropriate step to mitigate this specific vulnerability? Option A, rotate encryption keys frequently, ensuring that old keys become obsolete rapidly. Option B, integrate a centralized logging mechanism to detect and alert on any irregular access patterns based on session tokens. Option C, implement uniform encryption strength across all user roles, eliminating disparities in session token lengths. Option D, adopt multi-factor authentication, MFA, for users with elevated privileges to strengthen access control. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. Option C, implement uniform encryption strength across all user roles, eliminating disparities in session token lengths. Option D, adopt multi-factor authentication, MFA, for users with elevated privileges to strengthen access control. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. Option C, implement uniform encryption strength across all user roles, eliminating disparities in session token lengths. Option D, adopt multi-factor authentication, MFA, for users with elevated privileges to strengthen access control. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. Option C, implement uniform encryption strength across all user roles, eliminating disparities in session token lengths. Option D, adopt multi-factor authentication, MFA, for users with elevated privileges to strengthen access control. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option C. Exam logic. Uniform encryption strength is correct because variable lengths create predictable patterns that weaken cryptography. The trap is that key rotation, or MFA, address symptoms, not the core cryptographic flaw. Question 12 of 21. You are a new IT intern at a local tech company. The company has a strong focus on cybersecurity and regularly hires ethical hackers to maintain its security posture. You come across the term black box testing in a company document. Uncertain about its meaning, you decide to ask your supervisor. She explains that it refers to a type of testing in cybersecurity. In the context of ethical hacking, what is black box testing? Option A. It refers to testing where the ethical hacker only knows the system's inputs and outputs. Option B. It involves the ethical hacker testing the system using only publicly available information. Option C. It refers to testing in which the ethical hacker has full knowledge of the system under test. Option D. It involves the ethical hacker trying to break into a system without any prior knowledge about the system. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Exam logic. Black box testing means having no prior system knowledge, simulating a real attacker. The elimination cue is that options A and B describe gray box testing, while C describes white box. Question 13 of 21. You are a certified ethical hacker and have been hired by a financial institution to assess the security of its newly developed web application. The application employs a multifaceted authentication system with JavaScript-based client-side controls. During your testing, you discover that client-side controls enforce password strength and ensure CAPTCHA validation. The application also uses a proprietary encryption algorithm for client-side data. Your goal is to bypass these client-side controls to assess how robust they really are. What method would be the most effective for bypassing these controls without triggering server-side alarms? Option A, reverse engineer the proprietary encryption algorithm and manipulate the encrypted data before submission. Option B, utilize a proxy tool to intercept and modify the client-side controls before they reach the server. Option C, inject malicious JavaScript code into the login form to overwrite the client-side validation rules. Option D, disable JavaScript in the browser and proceed to submit weaker passwords and invalid CAPTCHAs. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Exam logic. Disabling JavaScript bypasses client-side validation, allowing a tester to check server-side controls without triggering alarms. This is a key CEH testing technique for evaluating reliance on client-side security. Question 14 of 21. A security analyst working for a large financial corporation has been assigned to conduct a comprehensive penetration test on the corporation's wireless infrastructure. The infrastructure relies on a secured WPA2 PSK-secured network to ensure data protection. During the course of the examination, the analyst discerned a significant vulnerability within the network that could potentially be exploited. Which of the subsequent options most accurately delineates the procedure that the analyst might have employed to pinpoint this particular vulnerability? Option A. The analyst conducted a rogue access point attack, cunningly emulating the characteristics of the legitimate access point to deceive clients into unintentionally connecting to a malicious network. Option B. The analyst instigated a deauthentication attack, purposely causing a mass disconnection of all clients from the access point. The analyst then attentively observed the four-way handshake process that occurred during the client's reconnection attempts. Option C. The analyst initiated a man-in-the-middle attack, surreptitiously intercepting and modifying the communication between the client and the access point, effectively purloining the pre-shared key. Option D. The analyst implemented a jamming attack, deliberately interfering with the wireless network's communication functionality, forcing the access point to inadvertently reveal the pre-shared key. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Exam logic. A deauth attack forces clients to reconnect, allowing capture of the four-way handshake to test key strength. This is a standard CEH wireless attack method. Question 15 of 21. In a healthcare organization, the network security team detects unusual network activity, indicating advanced sniffing techniques used by a potential attacker. Upon investigation, it's found that the attacker exploits vulnerabilities in medical imaging protocols to intercept patient data. The security team must identify the specific sniffing technique being used and take action to protect patient privacy. Considering the scenario, which sophisticated sniffing technique poses the greatest challenge for the security team, potentially compromising patient data security? Option A. Manipulating radiology report formats to embed patient data within CT scan images. Option B. Injecting malicious code into ultrasound machine software to capture patient records. Option C. Creating a covert channel within hospital administrative messages for data exfiltration. Option D. Exploiting MRI machine firmware vulnerabilities to intercept real-time patient scans. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Exam logic. Exploiting MRI firmware vulnerabilities directly intercepts network traffic of real-time scans, which is a sophisticated sniffing attack. The other methods are less direct. Question 16 of 21. Jim's company regularly performs backups of their critical servers, but the company cannot afford to send backup tapes to an off-site vendor for long-term storage and archiving. Instead, Jim's company keeps the backup tapes in a safe in the office. Jim's company is audited each year, and the results from this year's audit show a risk because backup tapes are not stored off-site. The manager of information technology has a plan to take the backup tapes home with him and wants to know what two things he can do to secure the backup tapes while in transit. Option A. Degauss the backup tapes and transport them in a lockbox. Option B. Encrypt the backup tapes and use a courier to transport them. Option C. Encrypt the backup tapes and transport them in a lockbox. Option D. Hash the backup tapes and transport them in a lockbox. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option C. Exam logic. Encrypting backup tapes protects data confidentiality during transit, while a lockbox provides physical security. Degrading tapes destroys data, and hashing isn't for transit security. Encryption plus physical security is the standard best practice. Question 17 of 21. As a cybersecurity analyst working for a multinational corporation, you are tasked with the responsibility of conducting routine vulnerability scans. This time around, you decided to use a different strategy and opted to employ a fin scan, which is a type of stealth scanning technique. Upon conclusion of your scan, you notice an interesting anomaly. A significant number of ports did not respond to your fin packets. With this unexpected result, you are now faced with the challenge of correctly interpreting the findings and planning the next course of action. Based on your understanding of fin scanning and TCP/IP protocols, how should you interpret these findings? Option A. Conclude that these ports are closed since they did not respond to the fin packets. Option B. Immediately escalate this issue to management as it indicates a potential ongoing breach. Option C. Interpret this as a sign of network congestion and prioritize network optimization. Option D. Consider the possibility of firewall blocking the fin packets and investigate further. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The correct answer is option D. Consider the possibility of firewall blocking the fin packets and investigate further. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option D. Exam logic. Fin scans are often blocked by stateful firewalls. A lack of response doesn't mean the port is open, it means the packet was filtered. Escalating to management or assuming congestion is incorrect without first checking firewall rules. Question 18 of 21. As a cybersecurity analyst at XYZ Corp., you're examining system logs and notice an array of activities that suggest the presence of an elusive rootkit. Given the stealthy nature of rootkits, their detection and eradication are pivotal to maintaining system security and preventing data compromise. Assessing the system, you find the rootkit has been embedded deeply within the operating system kernel. In this critical situation, which strategy should you follow to remediate the rootkit effectively while minimizing potential damage? Correct answer, option A. Employ a systematic, multi-layered strategy, starting with the deployment of a specialized rootkit detection tool to verify the presence and type of rootkit, followed by an appropriately tailored removal procedure specific to the identified rootkit. Option B. Immediately opt for the radical approach, which includes powering down the system and disconnecting it from the network to cease the rootkit's activities. Option C. Implement a proactive defensive strategy by running a variety of high-interaction honeypots on the network, aiming to lure the attacker and reveal their tactics. Option D. Take the extreme measure of initiating a complete system format, followed by reinstalling the operating system from a trusted source. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. A specialized tool and a targeted removal are essential to effectively eradicate a kernel-level rootkit without causing more damage. Formatting the system is a last resort, and honeypots are for detection, not remediation. Question 19 of 21. You're an IT security analyst at a fast-growing fintech startup. Recently, you've noticed an uptick in network traffic anomalies. You decide to perform a more thorough network scan using the ICMP echo request method. During the scan, you notice that a certain set of IPs in your network are not returning any echo reply, but other network functionalities seem to be operating normally. How would you interpret this situation? Option A. The non-responsive IPs indicate severe network congestion that needs immediate addressing. Option B. The firewall or another security control is probably blocking the ICMP echo requests. Option C. The lack of an echo reply is a clear sign of a major breach in progress. Option D. The scanned IPs are likely unused and can be considered for future expansion. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Exam logic. Blocking ICMP echo requests is a common firewall configuration for security, not a sign of a breach or congestion. A proper analysis would check firewall rules before jumping to conclusions about a major incident. Question 20 of 21. In a recent penetration testing assignment, you were able to breach a server's web service and install a backdoor. Your aim is to maintain access for as long as possible without getting detected. Considering the web server countermeasures explained earlier, which of the following actions would make your backdoor most likely to remain undetected? Correct answer? Option A. Install the backdoor on a non-web file referenced in a URL. Option B. Embedding the backdoor in a regularly updated web file. Option C, placing the backdoor in a file type that is typically excluded from resource maps. Option D, increasing the size of the backdoor's code to avoid signature-based detection. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option A. Exam logic. Placing a backdoor on a non-web file avoids inspection by web application firewalls and logging systems, increasing its stealth. Increasing code size helps against signature detection, but is secondary to hiding the location. Question 21 of 21. As an IT professional, you are attending a webinar on cybersecurity. The presenter emphasizes the importance of ethical hacking and the different types of hackers involved in the cyber world. Suddenly, the term script kiddie is mentioned, piquing your curiosity. According to the presenter, who are script kiddies in the context of ethical hacking? Option A, they are highly skilled hackers who write their scripts to breach security systems. Option B, they are novices in the hacking world who mainly use scripts and codes developed by others. Option C, they are ethical hackers who use scripts to conduct penetration testing on their systems. Option D, they are hackers who specialize in scripting languages to launch sophisticated cyber attacks. Choose the best answer before the reveal. Commit to it now. The answer is option B. Exam logic. Script kiddies are novices who use pre-existing tools because they lack the skills to create their own. Option A describes a skilled hacker, which is the opposite of a script kiddie.